Imagine a family living deep inside a dark cave, cut off from the world, no farms, no jobs, no contact with civilization for over 40 years. They survived by hunting humans. Travelers would vanish without a trace, entire groups gone overnight. And according to the story, this family killed and ate over 1,000 people. But here's the real question. Did this actually happen? Or is this one of the darkest myths ever told? The story takes us to 16th century Scotland. A man known as Sawney Bean and his partner were said to have left society, choosing a life hidden from the world. They found a massive cave along the coastline, a place so remote, so hidden, that no one would ever find them. At first, they survived like outcasts, but slowly, something changed. They turned to violence. Instead of hunting animals, they began hunting people. Travelers passing through isolated roads became easy targets, attacked in the dark, robbed, killed, and then consumed. But the most disturbing part of the story wasn't just the killing. It was what came next. According to the legend, this couple didn't stay alone. They had children, and those children had children of their own. Not by leaving the cave, not by building new lives, but within the family itself, generation after generation, growing into a clan of over 40 people, all living in darkness, all sharing the same secret. Cannibalism wasn't survival anymore. It became normal, something taught, something expected, something passed down like tradition. Over time, people began to notice something was wrong. Travelers would leave towns, but never arrive at their destination. Search parties found nothing, no bodies, no clues, just silence. Fear spread across the region. Innocent people were accused. Some were even executed for crimes they didn't commit, because no one could explain what was really happening. It was as if people were simply vanishing into thin air. Then one night, everything changed. A traveling couple was attacked. The man fought back, desperately, violently, long enough for help to arrive. The attackers fled back into the darkness, but this time, someone had survived. For the first time, there was a story, a description, and a direction. The case reached the highest level. King James VI is said to have personally led a manhunt, hundreds of soldiers tracking the coastline, searching every hidden path, every shadow, until finally they found it. A cave entrance, dark, silent, and hiding something unimaginable. What they discovered inside is what turned this story into legend. The cave stretched deep underground, and inside it, human remains, bones scattered across the ground, body parts hanging from walls, like preserved meat, clothes, jewelry, personal belongings, evidence of countless victims, and deeper inside, the family, dozens of them, living together, like this was normal. The story says they were captured immediately. There was no trial, no attempt to understand, only punishment. The men were executed brutally, the women and children burned alive. It wasn't justice. It was a message, a warning to anyone who might become something like them. But here's where everything begins to fall apart. For a story this massive, this horrifying, there should be evidence, official records, court documents, historical accounts from the time, but there's almost nothing, no solid proof that this family ever existed. Some historians believe this wasn't a true story at all. They believe it was created as propaganda. At the time, Scotland and England had deep tensions. Stories like this could be used to paint Scottish people as savage, as less than human. Because if your enemy looks like a monster, it becomes easier to justify fear, control, and violence. But not everyone agrees. Some argue that it could have happened. Think about the time period. No surveillance, no centralized records, remote locations everywhere, a hidden cave along the coastline. It's not impossible. but surviving undetected for decades, while committing hundreds of murders, that's where the story becomes difficult to believe, whether it's real or not. This story has survived for centuries because it taps into something deeper, our fear of the unknown, our fear of what humans can become when completely cut off from society, and most importantly, our tendency to believe the most terrifying version of a story without questioning it. So what do you think? Was Sawney Bean real, or just a dark legend designed to shock the world? Because sometimes, the scariest stories aren't the ones that are true, they're the ones we never stop believing.